I want to welcome each and every one of you who walked quietly down here today. Each and every single one of you who wants to make sure that not one more baby dies. Thank you so much for being here today. What I was saying to you is that I became active in the family violence sector because of James' whakaruru. And there have been many babies who have died since James. But I want to say today, no more, not one more baby, not one more child. We're here to honour the life and mourn the death of Moko. But there are many aspects of this case that are really, really distressing. And his life was tragically cut short, and he suffered some horrors that no child in this country should experience. For me too, what's really important is his name and what Moko means, because it links us with whakapapa. And the whakapapa is not just about acknowledging those who have gone before us, but it's actually about honouring those who will go with us into the future. When we lose a baby, as tragically as we have with Moko, it taints our whakapapa. It disrupts what could be positive and powerful. Moko for me has become representative of all those babies who have lost their lives at the hands of those who are charged to care for them. For me, he brings to the fore Delcelia, James, Coral Ann, Nia, Chris and crew, and all those children who suffered in private but who died very publicly. When I worked in refuge and in the wider family violence sector, I know there was one thing we didn't do well, and we still don't do it well, and that's to support our children who experience and witness violence in their homes. It has been our way that if we support the parents to resolve their issues, it'll fix the problem for the children. Well, I'm telling you, it hasn't worked, and it doesn't work. We know in this city, better than any other place in New Zealand, what unresolved trauma does to our kids. If we care for them, we've got to give them some support. But it's worse for our children who are the victims of violence. As a country, we don't put enough resource into firstly keeping our kids safe, and secondly helping them to recover so that our damaged babies can become healthy and whole and realise their full potential. That's what every kid deserves, and that's what we expect for all of our children. All of our kids deserve to live healthy, safe lives and realise their dreams and aspirations. So that's why I'm here, and I know that's why many of you are here too. So welcome. Thank you for caring about our children. Today, let's make a pledge to our kids that we do everything we can to keep them safe. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening. No, let's not have one more child that dies at the hands of someone who cares. Thank you so much for being here today.
If everyone knows me, but in the area that I work in, unfortunately I've got third generation, so I'm a third generation working in the area of family violence. Firstly, I feel quite overwhelmed with everyone that's here. Like seeing you all here today. You've walked here and it was supposed to be a really crap day like it was yesterday, and you're here. I mean, people that are professionals can't even get this kind of turnout. So I just want to acknowledge the group of wahine that actually pulled this whole situation together. Like literally, I'm still stunned. I'm stunned. Secondly, obviously this whole kaupapa has touched each and every one of you, and not just here in Christchurch, but in Wellington, in Auckland, in Hamilton, even in Oamaru and Nelson. There was people wanting to get out there and show that they care. Now the thing is that I myself am naturally passionate about this whole kaupapa. For the reason why we're here, who actually brought us here, was Moko. Now the Māori name Moko actually represents every child, because Moko means grandchild. It's the Māori name for grandchild. And when I think of that, I think of our tamariki, all of our tamariki. And when I think of that, I think of his family, I think of his whānau, his siblings, that and everything that they endured. When I think of that, it touches me. I've got a son who's 4, and I actually couldn't bring him today because I don't think I would have been able to speak without crying. Because all of us have children here today, and every child here is just as precious and valuable and part of our society as any other child. And I totally believe that's where everyone else is at, that we are sick of hearing this on our news, but we don't want to take it and be angry with it. We want to lift our thinking and think of how can we change, what can we do. We can absolutely do anything. We can do something, whether it's you're a teacher, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a neighbour, or whoever you are. There's something that everybody can do. And being here today on this march absolutely shows that this is the first step. And the children that are out there and see this, and the whānau or the families or the communities that they're living in, they're going to see this. And they know our faces. They don't know all the politicians. They don't know all the famous people that they put on posters. They know you from the kindy, or they know you from school. And they're going to know that you're here today, and that as a whole nation, we're actually not putting up with this. But what are we going to do? We're not going to blame, because I think there's too much energy wasted in blaming what we don't have, what things are going wrong. But it's about what we can do. And everyone here with the love heart that's here, you can't see, but the love heart on your face is showing people that actually are in situations where they're struggling, that people care. And anywhere they go to, and any door that they open, they will access someone that cares and that will help them get out of that situation and actually uplift that special role we've all been given as parents to nurture and love our precious ones, our babies. And I believe that every parent wants that, but we need to have that access for them. For those that are out there that are actually believe that the way that you abuse children, and I don't believe that there's anyone here, but the thing is that you've actually got to stop. It's got to stop. And know that there is help out there. And while I'm up here, I know I've gone onto this big soapbox, and I just want to honestly just acknowledge you, because I actually was invited by someone who's very precious to me, and I helped a very, very long time ago, and whose son then was 10, and now he's a stunning young man. And they broke the cycle of violence, and it actually can happen. And by seeing everyone here, you only open that door further for them to access support. Kia ora.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load that you have to bear, that you can carry, I'm right up the road, and I'll share your load if you just call me. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I'm telling you, I might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Moi mai rā moko.
Aroha mai, kia ora koutou. Thank you, Cheyenne, for that beautiful wata. It's my privilege and honour to actually introduce Cheryl. I've actually met Cheryl through the Canterbury Family Violence Collaboration and some of the awesome initiatives that is actually happening at the moment in the community. And I'm actually just going to hand it to you, Cheryl.
I have to say that until I heard the song from Cheyenne, I was holding it together. But it was all over by the time she sung that song to us. So forgive me because it touches my heart, as I'm sure it touches those of you that are either living with or have had a past with or know someone that is affected by family violence. Yep. Thank you. On the 6th of December 2010, my daughter Alexis was murdered by an ex-partner that didn't want to be an ex-partner. She left behind a precious 3-year-old little boy who was at the scene. The ripple effect of her murder is with us every day. It's in the tears of a little boy who wishes he could invent something that would bring her back from heaven. It's in the broken hearts of our family and the sadness of those close to her. Nothing can take that pain away. Nothing can bring back my daughter or the precious children like Moko, who have lost their lives at the hands of others. We teach our children about stranger danger, but the ugly truth, it is more likely to be a family member or a person known to us, placed in a position of trust that takes the lives of our children. For every woman and child that has been murdered due to family violence, there is at least another 50 every single week who suffers abuse at the hands of another. It is simply unacceptable that around half of the recent homicides and related offences are due to family violence. While most of the offenders are male, females, as we have seen in Moko's case, are shamefully featured in fatal neglect. Of all of the children killed recently by child abuse and neglect, 78% were under the age of 5. Can you believe it? I mean, how is that possible? Moko was only 3 years old and he suffered incomprehensible abuse. We cannot change the past as much as I can tell you I so desperately want to. But what we can do is we can change what we do about the future. We can learn to read the signs of those that suffer in silence, too scared to speak the unspeakable truth for fear of retaliation. We can give our children a voice, teach them how to get help. As adults, it is up to us not only to listen, but to do something, and do something now. We can educate our children. We can educate ourselves that physical as well as mental abuse is not okay. And love does not come at the end of a fist. That is not love. No matter how many times the person on the end of that fist may tell you otherwise. We can help those living with violence to get support from the many caring agencies such as Women Refuge, Shine, whatever they are. They are there. Their doors are open. They are a phone call away. You can go to the police station. You can get information. You know, there is ways you can do something. It is possible for you that are suffering with violence, know somebody that is suffering violence, have seen a child get a smack round the head that they didn't deserve. No child deserves that. It is possible to live without pain, without fear. We can learn, and we need to learn, the hard lessons from each and every incident of murder, which is one of the reasons why I'm standing up here today before you. It's not easy, but we need to do it. From each and every reported case of child abuse and neglect, what I learnt too late for my baby was that women who were separated or plan to separate are in increased danger just when you think you're getting them out. They are in increased danger from abuse from their ex-partner, and they need greater support and more vigilance. I learnt that non-fatal strangulation is a massive red flag. My daughter survived 2 previous non-fatal strangulation incidents at the hand of her ex-partner. She didn't survive the last one. It took her life. So don't wait for that empty apology. Get out, get your children out, get them help, get your neighbour help, get whoever it is that needs help, while they still have a chance, while you still have a chance. We need to speak up for those that are unable to speak for themselves, to reach out and to listen to those unspoken words of our abused women and children. We need to find the courage that is with us and to simply step forward and say it's not okay. Stop abusing our women, stop abusing our children, while all the collective parties and the government agencies need to collaborate beyond their silos. It is us in the community that holds the true power within our hands to stop the horrendous loss of our children, to stop looking away, to stop saying, I can't do anything, because you can. It just takes one moment. Our children are our future. They deserve better. We can together make a difference, and we need to take meaningful action, because tomorrow, quite simply, it may be too late. Thank you.
Cheryl. I just want to acknowledge Cheryl as a mother, and there's a lot of mothers and fathers that are here today, and there's some things that we can't speak of unless you've been in the situation, and I just want to thank Cheryl for sharing her lived experience and hope for us to take what learnings we can to prevent any further deaths and any further loss of our beautiful loved ones. I'd just like to invite Gwyneth and her mokos onto the stage, and they've got a song that they just want to sing on behalf of of you, Cheryl. Sorry, the stage's really small. I'm trying not to show you.
They are my mokos that I bring up. They too are a part of domestic violence. My daughter now is in heaven, and I just want to say, not one more child. So I just want to pass it over to Aka. This was a bit broad on me, but...
Thank you.
Kia ora, my name is Ake Tani. We are singing this waiata because all us children are descended from chiefs and we should be treated that way. Not one more child. And I can never be lost. I am still born of greatness. The Santa from a line of chief, a coconut. Kehira tiki tiki alakama tono ia haku kanga. Tokura toku aha, tokura toku mapi mauria. Toku whakakai my language is my strength. Nothing is a grace, but you are not. Deep my pride and I will show that you may know who I am. I am a warrior, a survivor in Waterloo.
Well done, boys. For our babies that are in heaven and have brought the sunshine to us today. Thank you, boys.
Everybody, I'd just like you to join me now in a moment's silence. This is an opportunity for us to reflect on what we've heard today and to honour the children that are no longer with us. Thank you. Going to bring our proceedings to a close today. However, for those of you who are on this side, I just wanted to draw your attention over to the corner here. Look at these children who are playing in the leaves. Now, this is what we're here for today. Children should have no more care in the world them where their next leaf is going to come from that they can throw around. And look at the fun that they're having over there. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who has helped out to organise today. We've had some amazing volunteers. I wanted to thank our amazing speakers, and I particularly wanted to acknowledge Cheryl. It takes a huge amount of bravery to come up and speak about your loss, so could we all just acknowledge Cheryl again, please? And I also just want us to give a big round of applause to our wonderful people that have performed, the children that have performed for us today. It takes a lot to stand on a stage, and they just did such a wonderful job, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the house while we were singing Lean On Me. So just another round of applause for them, please. I really couldn't be prouder to see everybody here today. 2 weeks ago, a group of mums came together from around the country. We'd never ever met each other before, and most of us still haven't met each other. We've organised this all through social media, and I honestly thought that I'd be standing here today potentially just with me and my banner, and it's just heartwarming to see how many people have come out. We have called ourselves, thank you. We have called ourselves ASK, which is Angels Saving Kids. Now, we are all the guardian angels of the children. That is our job. That is why we're here. We're here to protect the children when they can't protect themselves. And we were asked who will march for Moko. And so we put a question out there. Who will come with me and march for Moko? And look how many people turned up. And now I'd like to ask everybody to make a change. This is a national issue, and we want to make sure that if anybody out there has concerns for a loved one, that you speak up. Or if one person chooses today to go and get the help that they need, either as someone who is suffering or as someone that is a perpetrator, then we have done our job here today. If we can save one more child, then it will all be worth it. If you are from an organisation that provides protection, prevention or education, then I encourage you to send me a private message after this, as I'd like to capture as many contact details as possible on our page so that you know where to go for help. And finally, I'm sure everybody knows that Moko loved Bob the Builder. And what child, to be honest, doesn't love Bob the Builder when they're growing up? And Bob the Builder says, can we fix it? And today we stand here and we say, yes we can! Thanks everybody for coming.